Hi guys, welcome back to Postpartum Brain. I'm Riley. I'm the mama behind Postpartum Brain. Today I'm going to talk about what helped me both as a teen and then especially when I was in early postpartum and what I kept going back to. It was a little visual that my therapist gave me that I have not forgot and thought about a lot since. So when I was 16, my therapist basically told me that I kept making the wrong decisions over and over again. In a loving way, she told me, but it was pretty obvious she was a little frustrated with me and making these decisions after all of our work together, which I fully understand because I was a crazy teenager. So she pulled out some Play-Doh from her snack drawer and she shaped it into a ball. And she started talking to me. She was like, Riley, I want you to see this as a brain. And I want you to see all of your thoughts and your experiences. And I want you to make little tracks in it. So your experience of birth trauma, your experience of postpartum rage, your experience of relationship struggles in postpartum can all be this. She wanted to show me that there were tracks in my brain and that represented all that's happened to me, all that I have felt, everything. And then she showed me that it doesn't just rub away. You can rub, you can try to forget, you can try to go over it with coping mechanisms, with journaling, with therapy, but it just doesn't go away. The tracks stay there. No matter what, it's an experience that you've lived and it will stay on your life. And before you click out of this is not pessimistic in any way, it's just a fact of the matter. So then after her very optimistic view on life and experiences, she started talking to me. And she said, Riley, you can't erase the past, but you can build new thought patterns to go over them. You can build new experiences, new perspectives of looking at life, and you can try to sew up the past in a way. So she started just reshaping the brain and going through different things. So this could be a more positive birth experience with your second one. It could be changing your thought patterns after a couple months of therapy and self-awareness and recognizing that moms aren't perfect and we don't have to be. And an effective coping mechanism that actually gets to the root of your heart and of your problem rather than just getting you through the day. So our brain is a little bruised. It's a little cracked, but it's still there. And it's the paths aren't as indented. They're not affecting us as much. And it's still our brain. It's still the same shape. It's still us. It's still our identity. But there's more to it. And that really helped me, even though I was a teenager and I hadn't become a mom yet, and I was just dealing with lovely teen problems. It really helped me think about how our brain changes in pregnancy and postpartum. We develop these habits of hearing mom shaming in our head, even though they've never been spoken to us, just by what we've read on the internet. We develop intrusive thoughts. Through postpartum, we go through experiences of birth trauma, of postpartum mood disorders, the utter fear of holding a tiny child and being responsible for it and just walking out of the hospital with it, like, here you go. Everything about postpartum and about motherhood in general, whether or not it's your fifth baby, your first baby, you're a year into it, or you're 25 years into it, it's hard. Motherhood is hard. But I kept going back to this brain, and I kept thinking about how after our postpartum rage, after our intrusive thoughts, after psychosis hospitalizations, just after every deep track in our brain, then we go and we realize we're not the perfect mom, and that's okay. We realize we're doing our best. We realize that the structure of the brain with gray matter and the way that our thoughts and priorities shift as a mom, they're restructuring our brain to be the best mom that we can be. And that's okay. If anything, that's amazing, the way the body works and the way our brains take care of us in this way, and they hold us like that. So if you are feeling not yourself, if you're feeling like you don't prioritize what you did prioritize, or you don't really care about things the way you cared about them so much before having a baby, that's okay. Your brain is reshaping, it's restructuring. It's the same you. You still have the same identity. It's not fully changing your personality, but it is impacting it. It is making those paths. It is restructuring itself. And that's a beautiful thing to think about. So yeah, I don't know, it got kind of deep, but it got me kind of thinking and getting emotional. So check out postpartumbrain.com if you need more information, or if you just want to be held by some other moms whose brains are restructuring themselves too. We're all in this together. I'll leave the link down below, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. And a soon-to-be therapist. So, yay for grad school! I really don't know why I did that. That can be a blooper. Okay. And it involved Play-Doh. I don't know why I keep doing this stuff. What? I'm not funny. Why am I doing this? Anyway. Hello, Stella. So then after her very optimistic, so I'm gonna need you to leave. I love you. Do you want to see my kitty? Hey, don't bite me! I'm gonna put you out of the room. Do you need to leave the room? Here's my kitty. Say hi. Hi, Stella. Okay. Go out of the room.